Hey everybody, Brad and Buzz here coming at you for a stretch and recovery class. As you can see, we're starting on the ground, and good news, all our stretches are going to be performed on the ground.
I'm going to jump in. I'm stupid jazzed for this because I did my first one last week. And you haven't seen that video, check it out. I felt unbelievable afterwards.
He's my first real life testament to just 20 minutes, 25 minutes of this class can change your whole outlook on stretching. It's once a week. Hopefully you run the video back maybe 2 or 3 times, but at least do it once with us and you'll be all set. So here we go, we're going to jump into it. Let's start both feet straight, nice and easy, like we did last time, hands out in front, and we're just going to slowly lean forward. And I want you to take stock of where you're at. So for me, I'm about 2 inches from my foot, which is pretty far, so I'm pretty tight right now. So just hold it here, take some deep breaths, and relax. Sit back up nice and tall, back straight, deep breath. Exhale, back forward. Hopefully you're at the same spot, maybe a little bit closer. Hold it there. And then one more time, sit up nice and tall. Deep breath. Exhale, back forward last time. Again, hopefully you're a little bit closer each time, getting closer to those feet. Good. Sit up nice and tall, real slow. We're going to bring our right foot inside our left thigh. We're going to attack this left hamstring here first. Try to get that right knee down to the ground first before you reach. And we're going to reach with the same arm to the same leg. So left hand going for that left foot. If you can get a toe, great. If not, try to grab your shin or ankle. And here we go. Today, I should also mention, is going to be what I call an endurance day. So typically we recommend holding stretches 20 to 30 seconds minimum. Today we're going to hold each one for 45 seconds. So you're really going to feel a nice deep stretch. Other thing to note with Endurance Day, say you start by grabbing your shin, but as you loosen up, try reaching for those toes after 15, 20 seconds. You might loosen up and be able to get there. But throughout the stretch, we want to try to progress further and further into it. Good, and release. Switching sides, left goes inside right. Left knee down, right hand to the right toe, and grab.
I am much more limber on this side.
I see that, look at it all the way down.
Probably because this arm is longer. Because there's nothing holding this whole thing together.
Just a tendon in there. Release. Let's go both feet back out straight. Let's see if we're loosened up at all. Ready? Deep breath. Reach those fingertips forward and whoa, I'm already down to my feet. Hopefully you're a little closer here. Again, we're trying to get the back of our knees to the floor, chest down to our thighs, nice deep stretch. Very good. Sit up nice and tall. Deep breath in and out. Let's bring those feet together. Attack our groin. We're going to start with our heels in nice and tight as you can get them. Once you got them there, then the focus is taking those knees down to the floor as close as you can. Ready, set, let's hold. Again, this is a stretch where you might start with your knees nice and tall, but you'll start to feel it opening up, opening up. Try to use your breath to do so. Deep breath in, exhale, and feel those muscles loosening, opening up. Good. Now I want you to extend those feet forward just a little bit. Keep them together, but just extend them forward enough so that you can start to lean in, bringing your chest down a little bit. Now we're really focusing on stretching that low back, those hips. Use your hands to pull yourself in tight. As soon as you feel some tension, just hold it here. Sit up nice and slow. Extend those feet back out. One more quick one, see where we're at. Deep breath in, fingertips down. Oh wow, I'm getting loose. And sit up nice and tall. All right, now we're gonna attack those hips and those quads a little bit. So we're gonna do a hurdler stretch. All we're going to do is bring our left foot across, parallel to us up in front. Right foot's going to go back perpendicular to that foot. So you're kind of making a right angle with your left knee, and then your right foot gets tucked back nice and straight. Once you're here, once you start walking your hands forward, bringing yourself down on top of that knee. If this is where you start to feel tightness, you can stop. But the goal is to try to get those forearms down to the floor. If you're ultra flexible and can get here real easy, you can try twisting to the side, other side, but I like to start straight on and then work my way to the left. You should really feel it in that left hip. Slow, and just flip over to the other side. So right foot and knee come across in the front, tuck the left foot and knee back. I like to try to make sure my knee is in line with my heel, that front foot, and then work your way down up on top. You might notice one side is tighter than the other. It sounds like somebody figured that out.
I'm not even close.
Yeah, wow, you were like on your stomach the other side. Take your time working through. Play around with those positions. Move out to the right a little bit.
What do you think? Why so tight on one side and not the other side?
How you stand and where you sit. Good. Back to the middle. Like me, my right side is really tight because I realize when I sit in the car, I lean towards like that side and I put all that weight on there too. Fun little thing, since we just stretched those hips, bring those feet back together, heels in nice and tight, and try to get those knees down. Notice if you're any closer. I feel a little closer here. We're just going to open that groin up a little bit more. Good. And here's a nice little one. Try to notice, like on me and Brad, we look to be about, thumb to pinky's distance to the floor. So what we're going to do, and I want you to try to do, is grip your elbows in position on your calves or knees. You're going to try to close your knees, like bringing them together, and resist with your elbows for 10 seconds. Ready? Close them, resist. You're trying to close as hard as you can, flexing that groin, closing, closing. Don't let them, don't let them, don't let them. Good. Now relax. Let them fall down to the floor. And notice, now I'm like thumb, middle finger, almost a thumb and a pointer down there. So that's that active release therapy. If you're ever really tight in an area, try flexing against it in the opposite direction for about 10 seconds, and then go back to the stretch to open it up.
Works great with a partner.
Works really great with a partner. All right, we're going to flip on over onto our stomach. Stretch your arms out, stretch your legs out. We're just going to do a big stretch here. These are probably some of my favorite. So head down, forehead on your mat. Crawl your fingertips out as long as you can. Really feel a little bit of a stretch in your lats as you're trying to pull yourself even more. Once you feel that stretch, I want you to take your hands and forearms, push them down into the floor, and just lift your head up as far back as you can. You should feel a nice stretch in your shoulders, your lats, a little bit of your neck, and lower back down. One more time, come up, crawl the fingertips first, big stretch. Lift the head up as far as you can. And back down. Last one. Forehead down, crawl the fingertips, plant the hand, lift the head, look up high to that ceiling, and back down we go. Good. Now I want you to slide your elbows in about an inch. So your arms are still outstretched, but not as far as they can go. Again, we're taking our palms, our wrists, our forearms, we're pushing down through the floor, and we're going to lift our shoulders off the mat, kind of like doing an extended cobra. So you should feel a stretch kind of creeping down your back. Now still in your lats, but more towards your upper and middle back. You're pushing through your palms, big stretch. Good. Down once. We can go up one more time. Deep breath. Push up. Stretch those lats, stretch that back. Good. Down and rest. Pull those hands in underneath your chest now. Tuck your elbows nice and tight. Forehead is down on the mat. Pinch your shoulder blades back, and all we're going to do is push up through the mat, lifting our upper body, keeping our hips down on the floor. Here comes that cobra. Well, I guess it's more like an up dog. Ready? Set. Up. Big push. Head is tall. We're going to do this 3 times. So we're going to hold here for 10. Really try to let those hips drop to the floor. Belly button's heavy. No tension in our low back. Pinching our shoulder blades together. And down slow. Forehead down, rest. Here we go again. Push yourself up. High as you can. You're going to want to flex that low back. Once you get as high as you can, try to relax it. Sometimes people feel like they're what I call pinching, like you're holding something back. Just relax everything back there. Feel your hips drop, that low back release. Good. Down one more time. Forehead down. Last one. Here we go. Up nice and tall. Drop those hips. Back is loose. As tall as you can. And then instead of going back down, we're going to kick our hips back onto our heels into my favorite transition, into that child's pose. Once you get back on those heels, a couple options. You can go knees together, sitting back. That kind of stretches our hips and quads a little bit. Or if you want, you can bring your feet or toes together, knees apart, and sit back. Dealer's choice. We
want to focus on sitting back on our heels first. So use your hands to push yourself back there. And then once you're there, hands, forearms, elbows down to the mat again. And I want you to push down with just those parts of your arm. Feel that stretch all through your back. And here we're going to hold. Nice long stretch here. Back to tabletop position. We're going to try a new stretch today. I'm interested to see how you do with it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go to the side. You can stay straight on. But you're going to bring your knees together, toes down so the tops of our feet are flat on the floor. And I want you to slowly push your hips back towards your heels while you feel your feet starting to stretch out. So some people can only get to here before they start feeling pain in their kind of tops of your foot, ankle area. But this is for ankle mobility. Wow, Brad's got some really good mobility. Now this is good for those of you that maybe wear heels a lot or are in shoes all day.
I wear a lot of heels.
Do you?
Yeah.
I can tell. But not only are we getting a little stretch here in our knee and our quad, but the focus, like I said, is really opening up that ankle joint. Big stretch in our feet. A lot of swimmers do this. They get more range of motion when they're kicking. Mine are so tight. Ugh. It also stretches out the front of your shin here, which there's a muscle that goes over that. It's kind of included in your calf. I believe it's called the tibialis anterior.
Anterior tibialis?
Anterior tibialis, that's it.
You know what good ankle mobility helps with too? Depth in a very important exercise.
Probably the most important.
Probably,
exercise.
absolutely, the king of exercises.
Good. Back to that tabletop position. We're going to do a couple cat-cows, which again, a little yoga move, so make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are a good position. We're going to round your back by sticking your spine to the ceiling, push through the floor, and then drop that belly button to the floor, arch that low back.
It's a squat.
It's kind of a squat for your spine.
No, like the exercise.
Oh.
We didn't actually say.
They knew.
They knew?
They knew. We all know.
They've dealt with me enough.
Yeah. If Brad ever asks you a question, it could be, what's the weather? How old are you? Where are you from? Just say squat. And you'll probably be 75% right. Couple more, round that back. Arch that back. Very good. All right. So we're going to go back to that child's pose now, but now our focus is going to be more on our upper body. So we're going to drop those hips back, arms come out in front. I want you to take your left hand, turn the palm to the ceiling, reach it underneath your armpit, and drop your upper body off those heels towards that shoulder. Now, you should feel a little stretch here in your shoulder. The key to this stretch is to take the back of your hand and arm and push down through the floor. And I even like to turn my head away from that hand out to the left. Really feel a stretch on the outside of your shoulder. And we're just going to hold it here. And back to the middle. Same thing. Stretch those arms out in child's pose. Right arm palm to the ceiling. Slip it under that left armpit. Drop your upper body on top of it first to feel a little stretch. Then turn your head out to the right. Really feel the outside of that shoulder open up. Good, and back to the middle. Very good. Back to that tabletop position 2. Now we're going to stretch our chest, starting with the right side. So we're going to put our left arm out, bend that left arm a little bit, straighten that right arm out. And I guess we're really stretching the left side here. I was wrong. Oh no, excuse me. We're leaning that right shoulder down towards that bent left arm. You should feel that stretch in the right side of your chest. Palm is flat. Try to drop that shoulder and just lean away, feeling that big pull. Ooh, that feels good. Very good. Back to the middle. Bend the right arm, reach the left arm out, hand is planted, dip the shoulder, open up the left side of that chest. Maybe you feel it in your bicep. I really feel this in my bicep too. Whew. It's okay to feel a stretch in multiple places. It's called multitasking.
Very good stretch to do for the desk job.
Very good. Back to the middle. And let's get back to our seated position. We're going to finish with stretching our hips out one more time here before we go to our hamstrings and really see how loosened up we are. This is probably one of my favorite stretches that Brad has shown me over the years. You want to lead it?
Which one are we doing?
Cross leg, lean back, pull.
Yep, we can do that. Why don't you do, all right, so Buzz is going to do the variation where we take one leg crossed, put your ankle, kind of just lock it behind that knee on the top. I'm actually going to do it just holding my leg.
Sure.
We're going to lean back, and the goal here is to pull this medial side of our lower leg closer to our chest. I'll go sideways. And you can do it like Buzz is doing it, where you reach through the hole and grab this leg. But if you're pretty mobile, especially in the hips, you can just grab the leg and pull it back towards you.
I'm not that mobile yet, but if I do this stretch enough, I'll get there.
I think you're there. All that running, all that biking.
That's why they're so tight.
That's true. Am I counting the hold too?
I got it. About 5 seconds. And let's switch. I'm going right foot across the left knee, grab that left thigh.
All right, this one not so mobile. Is that right yesterday?
Ooh, I feel that. Five seconds. And time. All right, let's straighten those legs out. Sit up nice and tall, and let's see how well we did. So remember where our fingertips were before. Like I said, mine were about mid-shin. Let's take a deep breath. Exhale and reach. Oh, yeah. Hopefully you're way past where you started, but yet still feeling a big stretch. If you're able to grab those toes, I really want you to focus on pulling them towards you so you get a calf stretch while we're stretching everything else. If you can't reach those toes yet still, I want you to grab a towel, if there's one handy. If not, get it for next time. Wrap it around the tops of those toes and pull, because we really want to stretch that calf along with everything else back there. And we're just going to hold it here to the finish.
If you don't have a towel, they should have to restart the video all over from scratch.
Yep. You just keep doing it until you can grab a toe.
Yep.
10 seconds. Really sink down in this stretch. This is it. And as a wise man once said, and time. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Buzz.
I am Brad.
We are stretched and recovered, I would say. Hopefully you are too. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, maybe even a comment or two about some stretches you'd like to see, some areas on you that are tight that you don't know how to stretch. We can address those in another video. Any comments or questions that you don't feel like sharing with everybody else, you can email us at virtualwellness@trihealth.com. But other than that, hopefully you enjoy your day.